G'day and welcome to the farm. I'm Katja Williams, the rural mum, and today I'm excited to be taking you on our orchard tour. This is one of our most recommended or requested videos over on Instagram and in our DMs. So I'm very excited to be taking you along with us. We're going to head from east to west in our orchard and then around our house paddock. We'll leave a full inventory list of what we've got. We'll go over how long the trees have been in, and we're going to try and race to get this done before the storm rolls in from the north. You can probably see it starting to roll in behind me. Hopefully the wind doesn't pick up and our sound quality goes all right. So I will talk to you soon, and let's get started with this orchard tour. So this is our Mariposa Plum. It has been planted this season. It's doing really well in this spot. We've got a nice lot of new growth here coming through, and we will be looking forward to getting fruit on it in the next year or so, or the next season or two. So our next plum here on the eastern side is our Angelina Plum. It has been planted at the same time as our other plum, so this is its first season in. It has probably doubled in size already and is doing really well. It is in the cage because we do have a particular hare who has taken a shining just to this plum, and so hopefully we will save it from being ring barked. Again, we don't plan to get fruit off it for another year or two. This is one of our 3 Pink Lady apple trees we have in. This is its second season in. It's going really well. As you can see, we're starting to get some fruit, and this will be the second season that the trees have been in, so really happy to see fruit coming through already. One of the tallest trees we have in our orchard so far is actually our Granny Smith. It was planted the same time as the other apple trees, and our boys eat lots of apples. So we're just going to zoom in here and see that it too has fruit on it this year, so we are very excited to be able to pick that. It's going really well. So this is our Apricot. This is the second season it's been in. Again, it is absolutely loving where it is located. It has just finished fruiting for this season, so over on Instagram you'll be able to see some of the fruit that we picked off it, and it is absolutely loving it. Again, fantastic to get fruit off it in its second season and to have so much growth. This is our mulberry tree, or one of our 2 mulberry trees. It's its first season in. It's been putting a lot of growth into growing. It has a lot to catch up with our other mulberry tree, which we got buckets and buckets of fruit off this year. Our other mulberry tree, which you'll see in a little bit, has been in for 3 seasons so far. This tree is our peach. It has been in for its first season. It's doing a lot of growth. It's doubled in size since we planted it in spring, which is fantastic to see. We do have 2 peaches in our orchard, so we'll showcase the other one in just a moment. And we have our pear tree. So again, first season in, it's been putting a lot of effort into growing. It has doubled in size since we put it in the spring as well. And I will tag what type it is in the description below, the same as our other fruit. This is our second peach tree. It is our golden plum. It has been in for its first season as well since the spring, and again has doubled in size, so must be really enjoying the location of where it is. Okay, so this little guy's a bit hard to shoot through our wire cage. Again, the hare decided he would take a liking to the cherry tree in this cage, so it hasn't grown particularly well since planting it. It does have some rehab after that hare attack. But we look forward to seeing lots of cherries off it in the future. Now, is any homestead or orchard complete without the good old-fashioned Quince. This is our quince tree. It is the first season it's been in. Actually thought it was going to die on the trip up because we brought it down in Griffith and transported up here. It was quite badly windburnt by the time we got here, even though we did bag it, but just so much green shoots, and really looking forward to when it fruits in a few years' time. And this little guy over in the corner here is our blackberry bush. I'm probably one of the only farmers who will probably get away with planting a blackberry bush. Or if you have, shout out in the comment section below. This guy is very lucky to be alive. I've planted him in the corner section of the garden, and he's probably gotten away from a couple of sprays in the past. Now we'll head over to the bushes behind. These little guys are our raspberry bushes, like the blackberry bush. This is their first season they've been in. They're in quite a hot, dry part of the garden, so we will be looking at putting some shade cloth up here as the summer continues so that they don't get too dry or too hot. We might even look at covering them slightly, but at the moment they're doing pretty well. They just need a bit more of a water. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our orchard section. Now we'll go for a little walk around the house paddock, and it looks like we could just get that in before this storm comes. So let's head into the house paddock and see what we have there. Okay, so that brings us to the house paddock. So you will notice that most of our citrus are in pots. Our soil here does not seem to be great for them, which is surprising. But here we have our kumquat tree, our first little blueberry bush. Our boys eat mountains of blueberries. On the left we have our grapefruit. It's its first season in, followed by our orange. This is its first season in the pot and third season being here, so it hasn't actually grown much while it was in the ground, so we've dug it up and popped in this pot. It's actually got lots of brand new growth on it, so it seems to be doing better in the pot. And here we have our lemon. It's the same as our orange. It was not doing well in the ground, so again, third season, and there's just not too much about the lemon tree at the moment, but it does seem to be responding to the pot as well. We've got our second blueberry plant on the right, and then that brings us to the mandarin tree here. It's its first season in the pot. It has been doing a bit of growing. At the end of the season, when it's finished fruiting, we will pull out of the pot. We will pull it out of the pot and add some more potting mix to the pot. And it does have fruit on it this season, so it'll be interesting to see whether it stays or whether it goes. Here we have our pomegranate tree. It's been in for 3 seasons. Has lots of fruit on it this year. We are looking forward to getting a harvest off it. Unfortunately, the last 2 years it has fruited beautifully, but there's been lots of different issues with the fruit that we are learning and overcoming. Here, towering above us, protecting some of our veggie patch, is our other mulberry tree, and it had an astronomical amount of fruit on it this year. So looking forward to that harvest again next season. This plant has been in 3 to 4 years now. So since we very first relocated to the workers' cottage, and really doing beautifully well. So that does bring us to the end of the orchard tour. Should also mention that during the time of this filming, it is late summer here in Western New South Wales, Australia. So some of our fruiting season and our plants are further on in other areas of New South Wales, such as the east and the south. We do require a lot more water for our orchard than most other locations. And if you are joining us from other parts of the world, our seasons will be flipped. If you do have any other questions on the orchard or the video that we showed today, please ask in the comments section below, and we'll see you in our next video.